Okay, so what I've done now is I got my thickness where I want it to be, my tang tapered, and I have taken a layout die and I've ground scratches going horizontal on all the way around the perimeter of the knife, and I sprayed it blue with what's called layout dye. And now we're going to I got to get a measurement of this, and follow me with the camera. I have exactly 250 thousandths. Where my guard's going to be. Oh, we're not done yet. I left out something really important, and we're going to go back and do it. Left out a step. I'm not normally on video. And I got to give a plug to a fellow by the name of Michael Cantor. He's every now and then you just run into somebody that just makes you feel stupid. And Michael Cantor is one of the smartest people I have ever met. And he is the one who engineered my press frame. And had that thing CNC cut it out. That press frame is, and when I was getting parts of it welded up and assembled, that press frame is has the tolerances in dimension and being square and parallel, and it's 3/8 thick, a high tensile steel. The frame, it's like within 1.5 thousandths all the way around. It's just crazy stupid perfect, and that's because Michael is a genius engineer, and he engineered that press frame to I think it's before he even calculated the strength of the welds and so forth. Before he'll even get any deflection in that frame, it's a 75-ton press. And I'll never exceed 25 tons. And he engineered this stand for the disc sander. And I got led down the path of a disc sander by Ed Caffrey. Now I lost my utility knife. This is a variable speed, reversible disc sander. And quick as can be, I've got a disc, and I hinge this thing so I can flop this over. I haven't even used it for this, but I can look down the face of this sander just like I did over there, and I can flat grind my blades. And with the push of a button, it reverses the other way. But what I'm going to do, I want this ricasso flat, 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 and clean. I ground this ricasso 36 grit, 60 grit, 120 grit, and this is 220. And it gets the surface of this knife so flat that it's incredible. And I will stop it. I'm going to pull this off of here. Put on another piece. There's some places when I just don't mind spending some money. It's the most important part of the knife outside of the metallurgy. And now I'm going to reverse it, do the other side of the knife. And now that thousandth I was off, I swear I'm less than 1/2 of a thousandth in deviation in thickness. Less than 1/2 of a thousandth across the height of that ricasso. Now, that done. Now, Mike, follow me. You see this? Yep. These lights aren't very bright. It's cold out here. I'm going to clamp this knife to the surface plate. And I've got a height gauge, which I'm going to set at half the thickness of the knife. And I got to come up just a little bit to get half that thickness. And with that carbide tip, I'm going to scribe a center line around that knife. That's going to shine through my layout die that I sprayed on there. And I'm going to flip it and go the other way. And I've got, yep, and I've got, got a knife to grind. I don't know how, if you can see these lines on here, but they're, I've got some, this line goes down the center of my knife, and I know where I have to grind to. As long as I can keep seeing those lines, I'm going to stay in the center of my knife. So, I'm now going to begin grinding in the flats of the knife. I grind edge up, and I'm looking right down the face of my platen, and there's going to be it's going to be a continual reduction of material, gradually aiming for a knife that with a cutting edge centered on the foundation of the ricasso. From there on, the tip is in the center of the ricasso, the cutting edge, and it's just a, right now we're just going to eliminate materials, heavy stock removal, which won't take long with the new 36 grit. See what I've already done on this side. I'm going to switch to the other side. Okay, here we've done some 36 grit grinding, just really knocking off some basic stock removal. I'm not trying to get to the end too fast. I will get to the end, but I don't want to start out right where my, some people call this a plunge cut because you're plunging the belt in. I think the proper terminology on it is it's a fillet. Like a fillet knife, only with a hard T. This is a fillet. Our challenge is to make sure that that fillet is at the same height on each side. I'm off now, and I'm also ahead of where I need to be, and that's fine. I don't want to start out there. I'm going to gradually, I don't want to start out there with a really coarse belt. I want to end up there and gradually encroach upon that place to where I want to come to a finite conclusion. And there's no reason to start there. I'll get there. I've got rid of the basic material. Now I'm going to get rid of this 36 grit and I'm going to go to a 60 grit. And I like the position of this grinder here by this window because we're at nighttime now and it's dead dark. But right through that window is the white siding of my house. And as I sit here and grind, I hold my knife up against the white background of the siding of my house and I can see just black, and it shows me exactly what I want. Well, come nighttime, and I can't, I don't remember how I discovered this, but if I really want to see where things line up, looking at the knife on edge, exactly where things are, when you're looking like this in the daylight and things are shiny, it's hard to see. It all just kind of becomes one shiny mess. Well, I take the knife and lay it up, cutting edge down like this, between two fluorescent bulbs, and all I can see is the black line of the choil and the cutting edge, and I can see exactly what I need to do. It just really illuminates my direction. So I'm going to get rid of this 36 grit belt. We're done with that. I'm going to go to 60 grit. I still left plenty of material to remove, and I'm not only going to really refine my dimensions, my locations. Everything that happens on this side of the blade has to happen on this side of the blade at the same place, we'll call it timing, at the same time. It has to be the same height. You'll see that I did not grind up to the spine. And I do that by just tipping my blade back or forth, bottom out or bottom in on this belt on the platen. Make a pass, take a look at it. Make a pass, take a look at it. Always see where you're at. Don't try to get there too soon. Now I'm going to really dial it in. Slow my belt speed down. And I've got a spot here on my knife where I can hold it dead rock steady. It doesn't move. I'm going to take the belt right to the edge of my flat. I'm going to go to a new, I'm going to get a new 60 grit belt. When the belt gets dull, it's hard to control its location. It just wants to wander and kind of float all over the knife blade surface, and then you're going to get in trouble and screw up work that you've already accomplished. Now, I'm as high as I want to be, but I still have some more thickness I need to remove on the cutting edge. So I'm going to pull the bottom, the spine of the blade out, and I'm going to start a new plane on that blade and carry it on through. don't want to remove it, don't sand it, don't grind it.